Hello everybody, welcome to iCommand. We have another game log review for y'all to enjoy. This time we are actually going to be looking at a rematch of a game that we actually already saw this week. The most recent game log review I uploaded was a game between Herbie and Adam, also known as Sushi Cat. And they were actually playing the exact same lists on the same map, different mission, but and the same deployment zones. But this mission or this game is the game log for the tournament game that was played on December 17th. And a big thank you to Herbie for getting this to me quickly, so I could actually feature it because I wanted to feature it back to back with the other match that we featured. Because we don't usually do that. We don't usually have rematches on this channel where we run it back and get to show the same list playing on the same map again, the same setup. So this will be really interesting, I think, kind of just to see how it plays out differently. I'm not going to do this very often because I do like to do a lot of variety on my channel of different skirmish lists and different players, but I just think this is a cool little experiment to do. And this is the tournament map, a tournament game. Like I said, we had a tournament on 12/17, and Herbie and Adam played, and this is their tournament game. So let's get into it here. I've already kind of talked about the lists previously, so I won't get too much into that. But we've got Herbie on the left side in the red deployment zone. He has 3 regular Jawas, 2 Rancors, Bib Fortuna, Jabba the Hutt, Dr. Afra, Unshakable, Beast Tamer, and 1 copy of extra armor. And we have Adam, who is playing Iden Versio, Kane Somos with advanced comm systems, eWeb Engineer with Overwatch. We've got 2, what do you call it, Dark Troopers, 1 Elite Death Trooper, 1 regular officer, and a Zillow Technique. And for those who don't know, Overwatch is a 1-point upgrade from IACP. It gives the eWeb a special action to place an Overwatch token on the map in an empty space in its line of sight, and then during the round, if any figure enters on or adjacent to that Overwatch token, the eWeb gets to interrupt to attack that figure, and then it has to discard the Overwatch token. So that was something we designed for the eWeb, I think, way back in Season 4. We see it being played here in the Season 7 tournament, which is great. So just as a recap, also Adam won this game. They played on the other mission, which was where you are controlling the Bespin gas reserves, and you have to control the carbon freezing chamber to have VPs from that. This map is they're going to be playing on Man and Carbonite, which is both players have 2 tokens, and whenever they defeat one of their opponent's figures, they can place one of their tokens in that figure's space, and then their figures can pick up that token with an action, and then they can run it over to the carbon freezing chamber down in the bottom of the map. And if they can then spend an action and score VPs equal to the defeated figure's cost. So far, I don't think we've seen anybody score a Carbonite token from their opponent yet. It's been pretty much all kill points, but we'll see how this one goes. Alright, so it looks like Adam's going to have initiative here. And he's starting off not activating the eWeb, but he's just moving it. In IACP, we gave the eWeb an additional ability. Let's see if I can pull it up here. There we go. Yeah, we gave it the forward emplacement. So after deployment, it gains movement points equal to its speed, which is speed 3. Still has tripod, still has assault. I think we gave it some extra accuracy, but oh no, I think we tuned down its accuracy for +3 to +2 to compensate for the Overwatch. Okay, so let's see. And I believe Adam can pass. Adam also has smuggling compartment, I should mention. Oh, nice. He's flipping his smuggling compartment over and putting it on top of his deck, so he doesn't forget to rearrange the top cards of his deck before he draws. Okay, so gonna pass, and Herbie's gonna activate Jabba the Hutt. Gonna focus up a Rancor here. Noticeably no rule by fear in Adam's list, so he's just starting off with the 3 command cards. Gonna move the officer, pushing the Death Trooper forward, and then officer goes to the terminal. And now we've got Bib Fortuna activating, gonna focus up the other Rancor. So now Death Trooper going to open the door for Adam. We saw him do this in the previous game, I believe, where he's going to control this terminal room and be able to fire on both the carbon freezing chamber. He can threaten Herbie's terminal room if Herbie opens that door there, and he can threaten anything coming from the middle of the map. So Dr. Afra are going to take control of the terminal. There's her card. Everybody needs to read it. You can also go to tabletopadmiral.com, and if you go to the Imperial Assault site, they have all the IACP cards there for list building and for reference. So it's a great way to reference an IACP card if you don't know what it does. Here's the Dark Trooper. If you want to pause it, you can go ahead and read its abilities there. Make sure you've turned on 1080p when you're watching these videos. It's a lot easier to see what's going on when it's in 1080p. I know sometimes it automatically loads it in 720 or 480 depending on your connection, but it gets pretty blurry on the tiny screen here. Alright, so we've got the Jawas moving up next to the Rancors. Kane gonna activate... Oh no, he's gonna activate Iden. And Dio's gonna follow along with Iden, thanks to that attached keyword, I believe it is. And Iden's droid kit allows her to get a power token as long as Dio is in the same space as her. So it's always interesting with Iden when the player decides to split them, because normally you keep them together, but then once you want Dio to start doing things, you'll split him off and have him separate from Iden. And then you lose access to the droid kit for Iden. Alright, so it looks like the EWEP is activated. Place an Overwatch token, and the Rancor is going to move right onto it. So that's going to trigger Overwatch. Here we go. You can finally see the card. They've placed it on the table for me. So now it's going to be able to... So and actually, it's interesting, you have to exhaust Overwatch to perform the attack. One of Chris Emick's designs before he left the steering committee. And interestingly, you tend to see line ambush with EWEBs more often. And we also saw motivation being used with the EWEBs before as well. Or I should say the general's ranks. But fun to see the Overwatch getting used here. It is one of the interesting designs in IACP. One of the attempts to fix the EWEB and its notorious mobility issues. So EWEB is going to spend power token that it got from the, I believe from the Death Trooper. So attacking the Rancor, who is rolling 2 black die. Ooh, not great. We need 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's going to do 0 damage to the Rancor. So the Rancor spent a block token. And did he play Survival Instincts? I'm not sure where the evade token's coming from. Let's see. So now Herbie's going to be able to continue his activation. He did use Beast Tamer, so it looks like he's going to be attacking here. Okay, so Herbie just moved up into the middle. And now Kane Somos is activating, so going to be giving an attack to the EWEB. Kane Somos, same as his FFG version. If I can get the card to come up. Oh, there they all are. So using that firing squad ability to give an extra attack to the EWEB. The only difference is in IACP, Kane costs 7 instead of 10, which was kind of ridiculous when he first came out. Because of advanced comm systems at 0, he is also able to equip that and can use firing squad within 3 spaces instead of just targeting adjacent friendly figures. Alright, so here we go. Attacking the Rancor, spends a block token. He must have used Survival Instincts or something because he's applying +1 block and +1 evade. And I'm just not seeing it. There it is. Yep, he used Survival Instinct, so that's where that was coming from. We'll zoom back in here. Okay, so here's the attack from the E-Web. One more dice for the Rancor, and I think that's going to stop all but one damage going through. So that Survival Instincts is very strong. So for those that don't know, this is a creature card. 1 point use at the start of your activation until the end of the round. Apply +1 block, +1 evade to your defense results. So combined with the Rancor's 2 black die, it is very hard to punch damage through when he uses that card. And then very often we'll see Herbie use Dr. Aphra to replay Survival Instincts on a following turn for 1 time to really maximize their survivability. And that might be the key, because he didn't have Survival Instincts in the game we saw previously, so that might change the outcome here. Wow, another 5 blocks, 1 evade, so 0 damage from the Death Trooper there. And now we're going to see the other Rancor coming up to the door on the right side, upper right door. Alright, so that's the end of round 1. Adam is going to use Smuggling Compartment to rearrange the top card of his deck. And drawing 2, 1 for the turn, 1 for the terminal. Alright, and now we're going to see Call the Vanguard being played by the E-Web. It's going to allow it to perform a move and an attack, and because, let's see, I believe Tripod is not in effect, because, yep, Tripod is only during your activation, so the E-Web can actually move and attack in the same instance with Call the Vanguard, so nice combo there. Going to attack this Rancor before it has a chance to play Survival Instincts again off of Aphra. Oh, but Brace for Impact came down, so that's going to add another black die. And no block token either, but that's 5 blocks to 6 damage, so unfortunately just 1 damage going to go through. So he actually attacked first, and then he's going to move with the second action. Or he's going to move after he attacks. There's no actions there. Alright, so it looks like Herbie has initiative here going into round 2. He's going to activate this Rancor that has been attacked, I think, 4 times and has only suffered 2 damage. Quite a bit different from the previous game we saw where the Rancor was taking a lot more damage from these attacks. Alright, so he's going to move up with... oh, he didn't use Beast Tamer, so this is move plus attack action. He's going for the Death Trooper. This is a focused Rancor attack. He can take a strain to reroll. But he's not going to. Instead he's playing Wild Fury. Oh, he's okay, he is re-rolling. He's taking a strain as a card discard, so he's discarding a card from the top of the deck, and he discarded Wild Fury. Gonna re-roll here, so that's gonna be 5. Surge for +2, I believe, and then he also has a Surge for Cleave 3. And he does have Reach. So that's going to do 5 damage to the Death Trooper, and then 3 more damage to the Dark Trooper, who is within reach. And that is going to be a stun as well, because of Crippling Blow on the Rancor. Alright, so the Death Trooper going to activate, going to remove the stun. And he's going to take a shot at the Rancor, who did play Survival Instincts off of Aphra, so he's now got that Boba Fett armor still on him. And that might actually do some damage. 2 damage through all that. Not bad. And now he's going to use Field Tactics to activate the Dark Trooper, which is a Trooper droid that costs 6. And the Trooper is going to use the Durasteel Fist ability here. And now the players should be aware, last time they played it wrong, where Adam was using Durasteel Fist to push the Rancor onto the Overwatch token, but you can't do that with a large figure, even though it says it's incorrect in Vassal still. So he rolled a green die for Durasteel Fist. He still gets to do the damage though. He's going to punch this Rancor with Durasteel Fist. For those that have not seen the Mandalorian Season 2 yet, you will get that reference when you do. And now going to attack, so he gets focused when he attacks. The Dark Trooper. He's going to try and break through this survival instincts. He's got the second surge he needs to apply some extra damage. I don't think he wants to reroll this, honestly. I think that's doing quite a bit, although it's still just 2 damage. And now going to use Squad Swarm, so we're seeing similar tactics that we saw in the previous game, using these command cards and abilities to chain multiple activations together. Going to activate another Dark Trooper, going to do Durasteel Fist for 2 more damage, and now going to attack. Wow, these attack dice have been really good for Adam so far. That's 6 damage going through 3 blocks, so 3 more damage. Oh, he is going to reroll. So I think that's still 3 more damage. Oh, tough luck from Herbie. Gonna punish that reroll, and that's gonna reduce that down to just 1 damage dealt. So the Rancor at 4 health now. And now Herbie's gonna be able to activate finally. He's gonna go with the Jawa. And it looks like that Jawa is running to its death. Adam activating Kane, and now, yep, Herbie's gonna use the Rancor's Voracious ability. This is a new ability. Inspired by the campaign card. So at the start of another figure's activation, you may defeat a friendly non-companion figure within 2 spaces to recover 2 damage and ready your deployment card. Limit once per round. So Herbie effectively has fed this Jawa to this Rancor, healing 2 damage, and the Rancor is going to be able to activate again. Potentially with something like Pummel, this could be doing a lot of damage. Alright, so another Dark Trooper activating for... Oh no, this is Kane Somos, excuse me. So Kane Somos looks like he's attacking. No, he's not attacking. He must be using Firing Squad. That's not going to do any damage, it looks like. Oh, he does have a reroll still. 3, 4, 5, Pierce 1. No, he doesn't have the Surge. Yeah, 0 damage, unfortunately, with that Dark Trooper attack. If this is Kane, I don't know how he's attacking with that Dark Trooper because that block and terrain square is in the way. So that Dark Trooper is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from Kane. Now the Death Trooper going to attack. If this is Kane, he probably... I wonder why he's not attacking with his E-Web, because the E-Web can see through the Dark Trooper. Massive figures, you cannot block line of sight with figures to or from a massive figure. So that E-Web can definitely see over the Dark Trooper and see the Rancor there. But he is going to go for... Oh, he's going for single purpose. Let's see. That's 5 blocks. So yeah, no damage from the Death Trooper. So I think he forgot to play it, but he's going to do it now. So single purpose, he's going to attack with the Dark Trooper again. And all of this is unfortunately multiplying the effectiveness of survival instincts, just making it that much more powerful. He's getting so many blocks and evades from that card. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not going to do any damage. Reroll. He does get the reroll with the +1. I believe that's how that works. Let's see. I did not design this ability. Advanced targeting computer. You may reroll when you're fewer. Yeah, so it wouldn't actually work because he started with a 1. So he shouldn't actually get that +1 there, but that's okay. I think it's doing 0 anyway. And then the Death Trooper again, which again sadly could have been the E-Web. Gonna do 0 damage, it looks like. Okay, and now Rancor gonna activate for Herbie again. Has not used Beast Tamer yet, so now gonna overlap the Death Trooper. So that means the Rancor's done moving for this activation, and gonna go for the E-Web here. That's not focused, but let's see, he's gonna take 3, 4, 5 damage. And then, he's gonna do the cleave onto the Death Trooper, so cleave 3, and then, he's gonna cleave 3 onto the officer, excuse me. 3 damage to the E-Web, which stuns it, which is painful because E-Web's assault. And then, Price of Glory on the Rancor. Oh, excuse me, not on the Rancor. E-Web was playing Price of Glory. So E-Web activating, nice. So clearing that stun that was going to stop him from using assault. And now Going to start attacking this Rancor and hopefully pushing through that extra defenses. Spending the power token. There we go. That's the roll you want to see on the Rancor's defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the power token. So that's 3 damage. It just needs to do that one more time and you'll take it out. Oh, that's not what you want to see on the Rancor, but he did roll pretty hot. That's pretty good. 8 minus 5. He's done it. So that managed to take the Rancor down. So Rancor goes down. So Adam goes to 9 victory points. Through the survival instincts, he was able to kill that Rancor. But that survival instinct stopped a ton of damage. Alright, Bib activating. Going to focus up the Jawa. And let's see. Dr. Afra. So Adam passed. Jawa is going to activate or excuse me. So Afra and then Jawa, because it looks like Adam's down to just 1 activation left, and Herbie's been generating extra activations by readying his Rancor. So it looks like Adam is able to pass a couple times here. Focus Jawa gonna move up, and now finally it is down to the Rancor and Jabba, and then Aiden and the officer. Although the officer was killed, so should actually be able to pass here still. But it looks like he's just going to go for the attack while he can. Ranker is going to spend the block token. Aiden using Pulse Cannon, spending that damage token and doubling it with Pulse Cannon ability. 5, 6, 7. Oh, Rancor just rolls hot on that defense, able to stop all the damage there. Aiden moves back, refills her power token with her droid kit, and the Rancor's coming in. The second Rancor. He's going to attack Aiden. Aiden's going to spend the block token there. 2 blocks, so that's going to be 5 damage. 7 damage into Aiden. He's doing 5 damage. So he must be cleaving then. Oh, he cleaved to kill the Death Trooper. And I don't think... Okay, there we go. So Herbie's keeping track now. Herbie's at 8 VPs to Adam's 11. And he still has Jabba, so now he can use Order Hit, which I think he's going to do. So Jabba the Hutt using Order Hit, 2 actions, spend 2 VPs. A mercenary figure can perform an attack and then gains 2 movement points. So he's going to go after Aiden, it looks like. And that is a hot roll to a bad roll. Bad defense roll. That's 8, so 7 damage. So Aiden goes down. Herbie getting another 7 VPs, and the Rancor able to move 2 spaces thanks to Order Hit. So it's pretty even, actually, in my opinion. Herbie's lost the Rancor, but Adam still has Kane, E-Web, and 2 Dark Troopers. You know, losing Aiden was big, but the Death Trooper and the Officer were not that impactful. So I think it could go either way here. So now we're going into round 3. Adam using Smuggling Compartment to rearrange the top cards of his deck. Going for that card quality instead of quantity with Rule by Fear. Also protecting him from spies if he has to ever deal with that. Alright, Afra excavating Brace for Impact. I like how conservative Herbie is playing with his Afra, just keeping her on the terminal behind that door. No need to risk her, and he's just generating value off that excavation. Now, of course, she does have a 3 dice attack, so if you ever need her as a pinch hitter, she's great, but the fact that you lose access to excavation if she dies, I think that's a good play. Alright, so going into round 3 here, I believe Adam has initiative. Oh, we saw take initiative and no negation from Adam, so Afra being exhausted for take initiative, and looks like Apex Predator is being played. Let's see, it's probably off screen somewhere. Oh, here it is. So this is going to be big. He's going to become focused, hidden, he gains 2 movement points, 2 power tokens, and he can recover some damage if he defeats a figure. This is what we call a capstone card. 3-point card, very powerful for a specific trait. And it was designed before the Rancor Season 7. I think it came out in Season 5, I want to say. But very powerful. I've seen it play with Taro before this, and Wampas. There's the pummel. And this is going to go into the E-Web, it looks like. Has not used Beast Tamer yet, even. Which I think means he lost the opportunity to use it if he has not exhausted it yet, because it's at the start of the activation. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cleave 3 can reroll, but he doesn't need to. E-Web goes down. 3 damage into the Dark Trooper. And now he's probably going to attack the other Dark Trooper. Spends a Surge token here. Make sure he gets that Cleave. That takes out the other Dark Trooper with Cleave 3, and... Oh no, he was attacking the damaged Dark Trooper, and he cleaved onto Fred, the undamaged Dark Trooper. And that is going to be the end of the Rancor. So there, so I said he still had the E-Web and the Dark Trooper as well. Now he's down to just Kane and the Dark Trooper. So that was big. The take initiative there was really big. But looks like we're going to have Dark Trooper go for the Rancor here with the Durasteel Fist, dealing 1 damage, and now going to attack. Brace for Impact being played off of Afra. So it looks like 4 damage is going to go through though. Oh, 3 damage. And Fred... Yeah, I think they've been forgetting to place their tokens too. Because I would have probably placed the token down for the Rancor when it died. And same for the Dark Trooper when it died. Alright, Jabba is activating, it looks like, and it looks like he's spending some VPs to attack with the Rancor. He's going for the Dark Trooper, but only going to do 2 damage there. Oh, he's going to reroll. So doing 3 damage. So 3 damage to Fred, so he has, I believe, 2 health left. How much health do these guys have? Oh, he has 4 health. They have 10 health. They're quite beefy. Okay, and now it looks like we've got Kane activating using Firing Squad on the Rancor. Which, again, that blocking terrain is there. Putting a few more damage in, and now Kane gonna attack himself with 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more damage. Oh no, 2 more damage. I forget, does Kane... Oh yeah, Kane's only search for +1. Search for Pierce 1. He's working on this Rancor, but he's out of activations now. It's not looking good for Adam here. Especially if this Jawa feeds itself to the Rancor, which it looks like it is about to do. Yep, gonna feed itself to the Rancor. Although, however... does that work that way? At the start of another figure's activation. Oh yeah, because he still has activation, so... is he out? Yeah, so he still has 1 more Jawa to activate, so that works. So the reason I'm talking about this is it says Voracious has to be triggered at the start of another figure's activation. So if there were no more figures activating this round, he would not be able to use Voracious. But he does have that 1 Focus Jawa left, it looks like. So he's going to activate that Focus Jawa as his last activation for the round, which then lets him use Voracious to eat the other Jawa that just moved. Now he can ready his Rancor and activate it again. And I think we're going to see the Rancor take out the Dark Trooper here. And that is probably going to spell the end of the game. 33 to 13 for Herbie. And Herbie now remembering to place that token. Although the Rancor can't really interact with it, I believe. Although, no, did we? I think we took off... yeah, it's trained. So we took off non-sentient from the Rancor. So the Rancor could totally pick up the body and throw it in the chamber. Because he's trained. It's a trained Rancor. So I think that's it. That is the game. Herbie winning 33-13, a reversal of fortune from the previous game, and unfortunately, it was for Adam, it was the one that counted for the tournament. But super interesting. I think really that double survival instincts that we didn't see in the first game really had a huge impact on the outcome there. Just meant Adam had to put so much resources into killing that first Rancor. He didn't have much left in the tank when that second Rancor came charging in. So thanks for everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, and we will see you on the next one.